Former Police Commissioner Andrew Coster says he briefed senior politicians, including former Prime Minister Chris Hipkins and current Police Minister Mark Mitchell, about aspects of the Jevon McSkimming case. Both strongly reject Coster's claim, leaving major question marks over who knew what and when. Here to unpack it all is the New Zealand Herald's political editor, Thomas Coughlan. Good morning to you, Thomas. How are we to work out who knew what when? Is this just Andrew Coster trying to take some people down with him on his way out, or do we need to be concerned about the revelations he made?
Well, we should be concerned about the revelations he made over the weekend, if they are correct. Both Hipkins and Mitchell deny that they were briefed on it by Coster, and unless there's another sort of stage in this saga, that's possibly where it will end. Coster does have some legal avenues open to him, I believe, but there's no indication yet as to whether or not he would take those up. So there is a possibility that this is really the last twist in this story, and it will end on this sort of dissatisfying note where you have the former police commissioner saying that these two very senior politicians, one of whom was about to become Prime Minister, were briefed, and both of them denying it, and that is where the matter very likely will end. Obviously, if they were briefed on it and have subsequently forgotten, then that is very serious. Hipkins said over the weekend that had he been briefed on it, he denies that he was briefed on it, that Jevon McSkimming would never have become Deputy Commissioner, which was a role that had to be recommended by Cabinet to the Governor-General for an appointment. So he has quite a lot riding on this, because obviously had he been briefed on it, and the government had still allowed that recommendation to go through, then that would be very serious indeed.
What about the email palaver about emails relating to this case not being passed on to the Minister's office but being sent to the Police Commissioner's office? What are we to make of that?
Yes, that's quite a palaver as well. Over the weekend, Andrew Coster did tell Q&A, this Q&A interview, that he was not aware of this protocol around the emails in the Minister's office, which meant that the Minister was not seeing the emails that were being made by Ms. Z, the complainant. It has subsequently emerged, the police have subsequently put out a statement saying that there was a written file note which identified the protocol that was used to mean that those emails did not go to the Minister's office. So that appears to have been tied in a bow. That doesn't seem contradictory at the moment, unlike the briefings of Mark Mitchell and Chris Hipkins, where you've got two people talking past each other. Te Pāti Māori had their AGM over the weekend, which of course Maria Mino Kapakingi went to court for her right to attend. What actually happened? Yes, an explosive AGM from Te Pāti Māori over the weekend. I think the thing that's gathering the most attention at the moment is Naida Simmons, who was the Chief of Staff to the late Māori King, speaking on the Pai, questioning whether the party president, John Tamihere, was the right person to lead the party going forward and to unify the party, I think was his specific wording. That was quite a powerful kōrero. John Tamihere has, I think, recently actually taken more of a listening approach than in the past, which is obviously not something that he's known for. Nothing that has emerged from it as yet. Maria Mino Kapakingi is now a somewhat member of the party after the court's intervention last week. But clearly the current makeup of the party is unsustainable and cannot really go forward, because you have one member who is a member that the rest of the party does not want to be a member, a point that was made by John Tamihere at the conference. And of course, with Naida Simmons' speech, he channeled the views of a lot of members who question the support that John Tamihere has amongst the wider membership, which appears to be waning. So just how long he can hold on in that role with waning support from members is a question.
Thank you, Thomas. Thomas Coughlan, the New Zealand Herald's political editor.